For the last few years, I've been in this really fortunate position to curate my fleet of bikes for pretty specific use cases, pretty much all built for specific tasks on the recreational side of bicycle use. I guess in my case, when I don't see much need for utility, I kind of omit it completely, and that's fine. But lately, I've found myself going somewhere in the mornings, coming back in the evening, and having that time that I've traded in compensated in return with deposits in my banking account, and to get to these locations, I've been using this thing. Which is fun, but currently down for the count. I also use this wonderful machine, which I love, and is undoubtedly my favorite of the lot. But most commonly, it's this. See, with this e-bike, I actually do get some free morning and afternoon exercise as opposed to what you get with the e-moped, because you just kind of throttle it everywhere. It's still quicker to get around on this, riding around on bike paths and not being stuck in traffic, than it is to ride the motorcycle, but the motorcycle's fun as well. There's a bunch of variety going on here. Whatever I'm feeling the morning of is kind of what I decide and choose to do. That's a good segue. That's a good segue into this next bit. Longtime viewers of this channel will recognize a bike that hasn't made a lot of appearances on this channel, but it was the bike that I basically chose to commute on all the time. And honestly, it probably is the bike that sparked the beginning of this show, Tinker Tuesday. But since I haven't had a commute in a long time, and I've sort of fallen out of love with drop bars, it mostly just kind of spends most of its time stuck up on the wall. This bike is Rawstercross, and today we're changing everything on him in an effort to reintroduce him into the commuter bike lineup. Welcome to this week's episode of Tinker Tuesday. Right, so I'm not super great at making a well-flowing, easy to follow video, so I'm not gonna try and fix that now. I think I'm just gonna take this basically completely apart. The only thing that's gonna stay is the cranks, the stem, seat post, and seat. Everything else is gonna basically get changed here. We'll tear it down, and then we'll talk about what's gonna go on it. All right. Taking this apart is gonna be pretty quick. And actually putting it together should also be pretty quick, as long as everything works. All right, I'm gonna do chain first. I was actually running a 12-speed Eagle chain on this 11-speed drivetrain. Nice. That's lovely. You know what would have been fun is weighing this to do a weight before and after. It's literally already too late. It already looks cool. Okay. Derailleur, brakes. The fork is gonna come out. Here's... This is really dirty and rusty. No wonder it doesn't work that good. Ouch! Whew, that's a light. All right. This is kind of, this is definitely some of the most disassembled that Rawstercross has been in a long time. And I think like a big part of what was so fun about this bike is that it was constantly in this state, like almost on a weekly basis. And slowly, as it got like nicer and nicer parts and, you know, became a little bit more precious, and we got to like the end goal of what I thought it could be, it became something I wanted to ride less. It became something I felt I needed to do any more to, because everything was just like upgrades, where the most fun we had with it was just changing stuff for the sake of changing stuff. So this is like a pretty big change, okay, brother?
Rawstercross is going single speed again. Can you dig it, brother? Oh, yeah.
So I've got a 16-tooth cog on this wheel that's going to go on it. This is an H plus Sun arch type, which was on the Trasher Bash build, and a 40-tooth chainring on that 105 crankset. That should theoretically give me somewhat decent chain tension with this 440 mil chainstay length. We will see. How many times have we done this on this channel? Okay, so the 16-tooth didn't work, but a 15-tooth with the 40-tooth chainring and a half link in this chain has worked perfectly. I think this chain tension is not overly tight. And after a few pedal strokes, when it starts to get its like initial stretch, it'll probably loosen up and be this really nice, very usable chain tension for many miles to come, hopefully. Okay, now that the hard part is done, making sure that that was going to work, we can throw the fork, the bars, the stem, the wheels. I mean, we can just kind of like finish the bike at this point. Single speeds are really easy. All right, first commute. That was a resounding success. The single speed setup, perfect. Now, it'd be right about this time, like as a conclusion to the majority of my videos, that I would yammer on, jibber jabber for another 3 to like 15 minutes, just trying to hit all the points and get you fully up to speed so you understand everything that's been done to the bike. But I think in this case, with this bike, with the changes we've made, I'm gonna let the clips that show it off just kind of do the rest of the talking. And then this Tinker Tuesday's over. Thanks for checking it out.